Hi guys. Hello, hello, hello. How are you today? I'm very excited to share these ideas with you. I've been working on this document for some time now and have a really great outline to cohesively get your social media engagement up. And I'm going to share with you some tried and true ways that help improve social media, and also tangible things that you can do starting today, right now, actual ideas. So let's get started. This is I want to make sure everybody can see me. Can everybody see me? If you could just, oh, yes, you can see me. Hi. Okay, cool. All right, so I'm good to go, right? Because a minute ago I was talking to myself and I wasn't broadcasting live. All right, ways to engage your social media. And there are different ways that you can be on social media. First of all, you can have your own website, and that's considered social media. You can be on Facebook, you can be on Twitter, you can be on Instagram, you can have a blog. And really the ideas cross the board on all of those things. And it's important that all of your social media, whatever you choose to be involved in, talks to each other. So it all works together cohesively. So, no, I'm good. Okay, cool. So I want to talk first about engaging yourself on social media. So you have a personality, a presence, your brand. That is the biggest part of social media, is developing that brand. And my advice to you is to be yourself. It's really hard to be somebody else. Be true to who you are deep down, and that's the start of really something that you can't get away from and that you don't have to pretend to be. So be yourself. When you're sharing content on social media, it's very important that your social media resonates with your audience. So if you have a Facebook group that's about LimeLight makeup, obviously people are in there because they're interested in LimeLight makeup, but they may be interested in all kinds of makeup. And finding content that resonates with your audience is going to get viewers engaged. The more viewers that can identify with your post, the more they're likely to engage. And that means they're likely to reply or share your post or ask or tag somebody in your post. So one of the important things to do is to sprinkle your content. So you've got all kinds of content about, here's our new mascara, and here's our new this, and here's our new that. But sprinkle it with other information too. This makeup artist did a YouTube video, for example, on a great eyeliner trick. Post those things. It's okay to post other people's information and content because it shows that you're collaborative. And it also is going to get people interested in other audiences. If you guys can hold 1 second, I need to change. There we go. All right, so the next thing I want to talk about is when you're sharing content, be sure that it is mobile friendly. And how you do that is get on your own mobile devices, whatever they are, and make sure the links that you're sharing or the pictures that you're sharing show up on a mobile page on your own personal mobile devices. The internet at large is getting a lot better at everything being mobile friendly, but here's the deal. If you're sharing content that's not mobile friendly, a lot of people are looking on their phones and on their tablets and devices. And if they can't read the content that you've shared, they're not going to click on your next link. You've got to keep them engaged. So be responsible about what you're posting. Make sure the links work. Make sure you're spelling things correctly and using proper grammar. The grammar police aren't coming after you by any stretch of the imagination. However, it's important to at least try and give people a reason to not take your post and rip it apart because you didn't put the right form of your. All right, this next one is very important. Photos and videos. And truly, videos are king right now. You're watching this because it's a video. You're not going to read through, or you're probably not going to want to read through the entire outline that I have about this. You're going to get more out of it, and most people do, by engaging with a video. Video is king right now. Consider things like this. Post things that are behind the scenes of your business. Do you work from home and have a home office? One thing I post a lot about is my cat. and I have an office cat, and the cat ends up in weird positions and places. And oh, you know what? There just happens to be some LimeLight skin polish behind my cat. But posting behind the scenes photos really, really helps. Talk about recent events, where you've been, share photos of your customers using your product. And if you need photos of your customers using your product, talk to your customers. You've probably got customers that are your friends, your family, your sisters, your aunts. Those kind of customers are probably going to be more likely to be like, yeah, okay, go ahead and share my picture. So go ask those people. I mean, they may say no. And if they do, it's okay. But you're not going to know unless you ask. And also, before you do share your customers' photos, make sure you do ask, because you don't want them to come across your post and be like, you just shared that with 6,000 people. Thanks. All right, so the next idea is to offer contests or sweepstakes, but I'm going to put this with a caveat. Love contests, but be careful not to overdo them. If you have a different contest every single week, it comes across as spammy, and it's a really quick way to get people to unfollow you and remove you from their feeds, or to opt out of your pages altogether, and that is not what you want. So offer things like contests and sweepstakes, but be careful not to overdo it, and make the other end worthwhile. Clever questions. Post clever questions. Make the questions that you're asking something that people want to answer. These type of posts inevitably spark discussion that could provide valuable insight on your target audience. So, for example, let's think about our skin polish. Okay, so people love skin polish, and you could post a question about the ingredients of skin polish. Does anybody know what citrus extract is used in our skin polish? First person to answer, I don't know, is awesome. But you can just be clever with it, and it will help you realize, oh, I have 5 clients that love the lemon in skin polish. And then you can use that to your advantage when you're talking about other products. Also, polls. People love to answer polls. It's a lot easier to click on an answer that fits you than it is to type out an answer. And sometimes people are intimidated to type out an answer. And sometimes they don't want to actually share that what their thoughts actually are. So, but if they click on a poll, that's a lot easier, and it's quick. Polls on your Facebook page and polls on your blogs are really a great idea. Next idea is to show that you are listening. This is very, very important. Show that you are listening and publicly respond to your customers' questions and even things that they say they love. And make a habit of trying your best to answer every single thing. That means when somebody tweets you, hey, I love the picture of makeup that you had the other day, or make sure you respond to them. Hey, thanks a lot. Make it a contest to see who gets the last comment in. It's really important, and it also shows that you care, that you're listening, and that when a real important question comes along, that you're willing to engage. Next, be sure you've created multiple ways to share your content easily. This means making sure that, for example, your tweet is not too long, that when somebody shares your tweet, half of the tweet disappears. So using all 130 characters on a tweet, I think it's 130 characters on a tweet, may not be a good idea, because if somebody wants to retweet it, you're going to lose half the message because of the way that Twitter works, unless people are savvy about that. So, be careful with things like that. On your blogs and on your web pages, share. Most web page builders and blog builders have very easy to incorporate sharing buttons, social media interaction. You can even have that interaction right on your web pages and in your blogs. And it's really important that people are seeing you consistently across your different social media platforms. So, for example, my personal blog and my personal Facebook pages are all under my first and last name. And I'm very consistent about that through Instagram, through Facebook, through Twitter, and Google+. So it's really keeping that consistent and making sure that people can easily share, that they know where to find your information. It's right there in front of them. They don't have to dig. So, they get to your website, for example, and they're like, is she on Facebook? If they have to dig to find out where you are on Facebook, they're not going to try to find you. But if you have the Facebook icon like right there, they absolutely will. Next thing on my list. Oh, humor. Humor is key. Make sure that you let your personal humor and your personal personality come through on your posts and your tweets. This means not necessarily using, oh gosh, sorry, hold on. I got ahead of myself. Funny little memes and funny quotes and things like that are great to get social media engagement. People love funny. They love to laugh. They love a bright spot in their day. Same with inspirational things. People like that too. And it doesn't necessarily have to mean that every single post is a buy this from me now post. So, be funny, be creative as you can be, and be yourself as far as that goes. Next, pay attention to the calendar. Relative content to what's going on in the month, in the year, and even in the world is super important. Christmas is coming up. A lot of content now is going to be geared toward holiday gifts and things of that nature. Look forward on the calendar for the next month and plan out, I need to make sure that Valentine's Day is coming. That's a great time to talk about some really hot gloss for your Valentine's Day date. Whatever those things are, make it so it's tangible to whatever the season is. In the summertime, people like to get bright. In the wintertime, people like to go with more deep earthy tones. Use content that goes with the season. All right, next one. Be consistent with your branding. I'm going to lay some kind of hard truth out there. Okay. Consistency in branding means a lot. What that means is on every single picture that you post, a LimeLight logo is in that picture somewhere. That means when you are posting things, you're using the same fonts, you're using the same kind of graphics, and whenever possible, use corporate graphics. What that does is it creates brand recognition. Brand recognition means it's top of mind. You can think right now and you can picture things like Coca-Cola, Google, big brands, and you can picture their branding, their message, and their everything that they are, their personal or their company brand. You can picture it on, it's top of mind. And when you see a Coca-Cola logo, it doesn't even have to say Coca-Cola. It's Coca-Cola. When people see a LimeLight L, they should know that that's a LimeLight post and a product. If you don't have that LimeLight L on your posts, it doesn't start to create that social media or that brand recognition. Also, in your graphics, get rid of the clutter. I see a lot of graphics going out there with lots of words all over them. Yes, words are good, and it's important to have information on your graphics about the products that you're talking about, but if you've got like words all over the place and you can't hardly figure out what's being said, look at it with a very critical eye. And if you're not sure if your social media pictures and posts are consistent with LimeLight's brand or with your own brand, ask somebody. There's a lot of people out there that are experts in social media and in branding, and they'll be able to help you go, girl, you need to get some of that cleaned up. Whenever possible, use clickable links. So in Facebook, for example, if you share a picture that has your link at the bottom of the picture, that's okay. But the problem with that is nobody can click on that picture and go to your link. And they don't want to look at the picture and then type in their URL at the top of a web page. What they want to be able to do is click on it. So make sure when you are sharing a photo with a graphic that your link is listed in the text of the post itself. Now I want to talk a little bit about hashtags. Hashtags and branding go hand in hand. I really recommend figuring out what your personal hashtags are going to be. Like, for example, my team is called the Radiance Team. So you bet your bottom dollar I'm going to be hashtagging Radiance Team, Radiance Team, Radiance Team, and just about every Instagram post, and even some Facebook posts that I put out there. And why? Why? Because it's going to create, you got to think of hashtags as essentially a pre-populated search engine. When people see a hashtag, they can click on that hashtag and see everything that's been posted with that particular hashtag. Also, keep your hashtags simple. Hashtag makeup, hashtag chemical free, hashtag natural, hashtag RCMA, hashtag LimeLight. Those are things that people are going to search for naturally. 1 or 2 words is really probably the max that you should be posting in a hashtag. Long hashtags, hashtag you really want to buy this makeup right now. It's too hard to read. It's complicated and nobody is searching for that particular hashtag. So you're not going to target a wide audience if you have super specific and long hashtags. Kind of make them a little bit on the generic side and it will get people to look at them. I noticed on Instagram, every single time I post vegan or vegan skincare, I get lots and lots and lots of people that are apparently vegan that are searching that out on Instagram. They're looking for products and ideas that are vegan. So if you're posting that out there, you're putting your product in their mind. Maybe they're not going to buy it from you the first time, but 10 or 12 posts later, they're like, you know what, I really need to look into this. Why does that keep popping up in my newsfeed? Next, don't just share things. You need to engage yourself. And what I mean by that is if you share a link, a photo, a video, and just share it and push post, the chances of you getting engagement on that link are pretty much slim to none. You need to engage on your own posts with a little blurb about what you're talking about. So let's say somebody made a really great video about the Perfect Mascara. You could share that little video and say, check out this amazing video of our Perfect Mascara in action. Who wants one? Now you've just told them, hey, you're going to see this really great mascara in action. You've also given them a call to action. Who wants one? And that invites your customers, your audience, the people that are on there to be like, pick me, me. So it goes a lot further than just posting with no commentary. And the less you if you just post a blog post, unless that title of the blog post is clickable, it's clicky, it's got something that's going to make them want to click on the blog post, there's no reason for them to do it. But if you say, you're their expert and you say, hey, I want you to check out this post on social or on our Perfect Mascara, they're much more likely to click on that. So the last thing, and kind of piggybacking off of what I just said about being an expert. So you need to get yourself, and I truly don't mean to offend anybody, and if I do, I'm going to apologize right now, but this is kind of a harsh truth in and of itself. Being brand loyal and making yourself an expert in your brand is really important for social media engagement. That means if you're selling multiple products, if you're constantly talking about, and I'm talking about both on your personal pages and your LimeLight pages, or whatever pages you have, if you're constantly selling a bunch of different things, you're diluting your sales in every aspect. First of all, it's confusing. And second of all, you want to be considered an expert beauty advisor. You are the person that your audience is going to go to for skincare advice and makeup advice. They need to know top of mind, that's what you're good at, that's what you're an expert at. If you're the kind of person that's selling makeup over here and over here you're selling handbags, what happens is that people get confused and they don't quite trust you as much on the beauty side. Well, she's into handbags. She's not maybe the expert that I thought, and they'll go to somebody that they trust. If you look out there in the social media world, from YouTube all the way to Instagram, you're going to notice that people that are brand loyal, they get those brand loyal followers. So people that absolutely love LimeLight are going to find you, and if all you're talking about is LimeLight and you're not selling 600 things, that it's going to make you an expert in that field. Anyway, it helps your message be clear and concise. If you do engage yourself in more than one business, which, you know, some people do, and that's totally fine, I recommend having specific places for your customers to go, pages or groups that that your social media can, or that your audience can go to specifically for makeup or specifically for LimeLight stuff. That way they're not getting sold more than one thing. And if they're not interested in your handbags, they don't have to engage in that. So those are my tips for improving engagement. Now I want to talk about not being annoying. And this was really inspired by Shelly Hankins. She shared it on the Fempire this morning. And when I was finishing touches on my outline here, I had to include what she said. And her name is Shelly, H-E-L-I Hankins, I believe is how you say her last name. And this list is excellent, and I couldn't have said it better myself. So I'm just going to share the things that she said. When you're annoying on social media, people do not want to engage with you. They unfollow you, they unlike you, they get out of your group, and they talk about how annoying you are to their friends. So being annoying needs to be one of your top priorities. And if you're not sure if you're annoying, ask somebody you trust and you love to take a look at your at your post and at your page and say, girl, you need to get rid of some of that. It's annoying. So here's an excellent list of things to not do on social media. Number one, do not add people to groups or have customers add people to groups without that person's permission. It's seen as spammy, desperate, and we don't want to be those things. So what that means is you have a group on Facebook, you can automatically add people. It's part of the beauty of a group on Facebook, but it's also part of the demise of a group on Facebook. If you add every single person that ever came along and every woman into your group, they're going to be annoyed. There's people doing it all over the place, and it is very annoying because then it dilutes your news feed, and all you get is these group posts, and you don't see what your family and your friends are up to, which is why you're on Facebook to begin with. So ask, and that can be as simple as sharing your group on your personal page and say, hey guys, I just started this group. I want to keep all of my LimeLight stuff over here. Please, feel free to add yourself to the group. I'd love to have you and have you engage with us. Or you can send them a personal note and say, hey, can you please join my group? I'd love to have you on there. One of the things I recommend doing is the people you're super close to, your best friends, your moms, your upline, your downline. Those people you can probably get away with asking or with adding a little bit more directly. But even so, it's a good idea to ask and say, hey, you are an awesome person and you know so many people. I would love it if you would be in my group and share things about my makeup that you love. So here's another thing not to do. Do not ask on another guide's beauty post if you can share their post, video, or photo. And this is so very important. Please listen to that again. Do not ask on another beauty guide's post if you can share their post, video, or photo. This is a place for a private message. If you see a photo, I'm going to go back to mascara. It seems easy. On our Perfect Mascara, and you reply on somebody else's post, hey, this is awesome. Can I share it? Not cool. It's not cool because it looks spammy, for one. It looks like the other beauty guide doesn't have customers and that there's just other beauty guides poaching their work. But what you can do, and what Shelly suggests, is talk about how wonderful the product is. So she's got this post on our Perfect Mascara. You're welcome to reply and say, oh my gosh, I love how that mascara makes my lashes so much fuller. I'll never go back, or whatever your thing is. It's great to post on other people's, encouraging their customers to engage, because sometimes people just need to see that other people are talking about it and then they want to talk about it too. So, but if you want to share that post, or if you want to use that post, this is the time for a personal message. Private message them, ask them nicely, and if they say no, be respectful. A lot of people work really hard on their branding and on their social media posts, and this is where going to the Fempire photo library. Oh, hold on. Sorry, I had a phone call come in. This is where going to the Empire Photo Library is super important. Everything that's shareable is in there, and it definitely will keep you out of trouble. Next, do not tag random people in posts so that your posts show up on their newsfeed. It is a terrible practice, and Shelly, I completely agree. You've seen the posts on the sunglasses. Today I got a post on some sort of jersey or something. It's a terrible practice. So what people do is they friend you and then they tag you in a post. So perfect mascara post, and you would tag like 20 of your friends. And then that way that post would show up on your friend's newsfeed. Not cool. It definitely looks desperate, and it definitely is a very good invitation for your friend to unfriend you, block you, or tag. It's just unprofessional. However, if your friend has a picture of them in perfect mascara and you've asked them already, hey, can I share that post on perfect mascara? And they're like, yeah, absolutely. You can share that post and tag them specifically because you've asked and it's a picture of them. The more you do those sort of things and giving that person kudos and props, look how beautiful my friend Kelly is. Her mascara looks amazing. Check it out, whatever you want to do. Next, don't advertise that people can be a kidnapper. Okay, I'm new to social or to direct sales. I had no idea that this was a thing. Apparently, people will advertise that you can get a kit, and basically just to get the kit at a discounted price. Hey, buy this kit and get a discounted price, then you get more recruits, and I don't know. In the long run, it's a terrible practice. When people don't expect to sell the product on the other end or be a part of the business and you have them buy in, it's expensive for the company, and it's not good for the company. Those kits are super, super discounted. Instead, and what Shelly suggests is send them samples and a catalog, offer a free beauty consultation, get them genuinely interested in the products before you just tell them to sign up for no reason other than to just discount themselves. I love what Kelly said here, and I'm just going to read it. Shelly. Gosh. Shelly says, we are so blessed to have become a part of this company, and I do not want to damage their reputation in any way. They have gone out of their way to train and mentor us properly, and that is something that more than likely we have not had before. I'm excited to see how we change the face of direct sales as well as the makeup industry. And if you don't know what face is, definitely follow Kat Aragon. But we are making our company unique in the direct sales world, and we've worked hard on this culture, and it's exciting to see people so embracing the fact that this is the future of direct sales, and we get to do it from the bottom up. Like we're starting this way. We don't have to fix bad problems and bad habits. So I'm really excited about that. So next, I want to share with you, this is very cool. Big ideas that you can do on your social media to get engagement. And these are inspired by huge brands, big brands. Okay, so first of all, host a video contest. Doritos did this. Do you remember the Super Bowl? When Doritos did a Crash the Super Bowl contest asking their customers to create commercials for their chips, it really caught attention. If you don't have a big audience, this might not be a good idea, but think about how you could do this. And if your audience isn't big and you're not sure if they're going to engage in this, get your friends on board first. So the response to Doritos was huge. It resulted in a viral campaign, and people shared a crazy amount of videos, and they were incredibly creative, and wow, I wouldn't have a clue. So this is how you can use that idea in your social media. Create a video contest with the public voting aspect. So ask people to to share their favorite lip liner look or their favorite makeup technique, and to make like a 30-second video that shows that. Like I said, this may be an out there idea for some people, but it definitely can work. And then what you do is you have people vote on the winner, or the best makeup look, or the most creative makeup look, or like, here's a really good one, custom mixing lipsticks and enduring lip colors and coming up with a really great color and naming it or something like that. It can be a lot of work to create a video, so ask your customers when you're doing that, make the payout big. The top 3 people get something. Okay, so the next thing, and this is more tangible, Dunkin' Donuts did this. It asked its Twitter audience to tell a story about how the company's coffee fit into their everyday lives. The catch was the story had to fit into Twitter's 131 characters, and it had to include hashtag #MyDunkin'. That's 9 characters there. So what they did was they combed through all of their thousands of stories, and the company selected winners and asked the tweeters to star in a Dunkin' Donuts commercial. Okay, obviously we're not Dunkin' Donuts and this isn't going to be that big, but this could be something really cool, whether you're on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram, asking your customers to share their story on Twitter. I mean, you could have it otherwise too, but Twitter makes it so you can keep it really short, using the hashtag, whatever your hashtag may be. So, you know, back to mascara, you could say, how has the perfect mascara changed your life? The catch may be you have to hashtag LimeLight mascara, or that might be too long, but you figure out what your hashtag is and ask people to tell a story, and then offer a prize to people that do it. Your prize, by the way, could be free samples. It doesn't have to be something that costs you a lot of money. It could be a free makeup consultation in your area if you wanted to engage your local audience. Incentives always increase engagement, but like I said, the price doesn't have to be huge. Just have it related to your business and make it something that they can share with their friends. So add an element of fun. We're going to talk about a Coca-Cola brand here. So you don't always have to offer a prize in exchange for comments. Coca-Cola has a trivia question every day to boost interaction. And this is a really fun way to get your customers to get on your website to answer trivia questions. General questions work fine. This is one of the things that Coca-Cola asked. Which of the following is worth the most Scrabble points? And they had like options for different letters, and people could guess the most points or whatever. I mean, if you're into Scrabble or Words with Friends, then that would be a fun thing. But anyway, I'm just saying it didn't have really anything to do with their brand, but the way you could make it having to do with your brand is, you know, ask a trivia question of how long has LimeLight been in business, or what colors do our perfect eyeliner come in, or whatever that is. With anyway, with each update, when somebody's answering that's getting engagement, it's promoting your product, and it's showing up in your fans' news feeds. If you're doing it on Twitter, you could have people hashtag, you know, answer this question, hashtag something, and then that's going to do that. So use a trivia question to share a little bit about your product or service. You know, like I said before, ask customers to guess what year your business was started, what your top selling product is. This is something cool when we get our newsletter or our recognition letter through LimeLight in the mid-month about the month before. It always has in there what our top 10 selling products was, and so you can go and look at that and say, can anybody guess what our #1 selling product in October was, and have people give answers either on the post or to ask them to engage in another way. You know, reply with a picture of what they think the product is, with a hashtag of something to do with LimeLight and something to do with top products or something, LimeLight top, I don't know. I'm not always great at coming up with hashtags on the fly. I gotta sit and zone in. Another way to ask for, to get that a big business has gotten their customers engaged is to ask for your customers' ideas. Nissan recently asked customers to tweet ideas about what kind of technology should be in their special version of the Juke, which must be a car. The hashtag Juke Ride was what it was called. I really have no idea what that was, but I looked up, I looked it up. People love to share their opinions, so this is a really great way to do that. So to keep the momentum going, Nissan uploaded behind the scenes videos showing customers how the company was using their suggestions. So one idea that you could do is to say, ask your customers what the perfect quad of eyeshadow could be. What do you think, which 4 colors would make the perfect quad of eyeshadow? And link to the page in your catalog where you have all the eyeshadow colors. Have them come up with ideas. What is your ideal quad look like? Have people design them. And then what you could do is come up with the best idea and offer that to the person that won for free or with free shipping or something along those lines. And then what you're going to do is you're going to share you're going to put the picture together. I can show you on my Facebook page, We Love LimeLight Makeup with Kendra Aarhus. You can go on that page and you can see where I put together through which I use, let me see. Hold please, sorry. I just use Instacollage usually. It's pretty simple. Pick, play, post is another one. But you can use the pictures and put them together in a collage and put a cute border on it, put the LimeLight logo on it, and maybe your hashtag would be perfect eyeshadow quad, or that seems long. But something along those lines, and make it a contest. Make people go, they pick out their colors, and then you put the quad of eyeshadow together in a picture collage, and then you share that on your Facebook page and tag your friend that came up with it and ask people to vote or something like that, going back to back to the previous idea. And the last idea is to provide recurring content. Remember, people like to see things over and over again. So Makeup Mondays. They like to see things like Throwback Thursday. You know how absolutely popular a Throwback Thursday picture is, Flashback Friday. Anyway, Estee Lauder adopted this idea in their social media tactic, and every Tuesday, the company's creative director offered a makeup tip on Facebook. It was called, it was a hashtag Tom's Tuesday Tip, and it offered advice on makeup with pictures related to a beauty product and links. And I mean, this is super tangible to what we're doing with LimeLight. You could create a hashtag and, every week do the same kind of thing. My favorite product. You could do a skincare product on certain days. Just make sure that if you're going to adopt a hashtag Tuesday's tip or whatever it is, that you do it every Tuesday. You plan this. You sit down, you take the half an hour or whatever it is to put that tip together. It could be a short video, which would probably get the best engagement if you were listening earlier. And you could put your tip together, make it short, like a minute, 2 minutes tops. So people will just watch it. Anyway, this gives people, they know what's coming. They have confidence that you're listening to them, get their ideas. When you say, what should next week's Tuesday tip be? What do you want to know? And you know what? If you can't put together a Tuesday tip, if you're one of those people like, oh, I'm not a makeup artist, I don't know how to do this. Lucky for you, the Fempire is full of makeup artists with ideas and things that they have really graciously shared all over to all of you to use. So absolutely, you can do this, makeup artist or not, and share the tips that you've learned as a beauty guide. Let me just show you right here. See this? I've showered today. This was an eyeliner that I did yesterday morning, I believe, to show people how our eyeliner worked. Listen, this has been on forever. So I showered. I really did. It just isn't coming off. I put it on really, really thick. Anyway, show people an eyeliner trick. Show people things that you've learned. Like, I didn't know, but this eyeliner will stay on forever. Check this out. I've seen people take their eyeliners, put it on, and run it under cold water or water under their sink. Check out the staying power of this eyeliner. You think it won't hold up during your workout today? Absolutely it will. So that's kind of a way to engage your customer on a weekly basis. So I think that brings me to the end. Oh, you're like, finally, she stops talking. Right? Okay, let me pull this over. Awesome. Oh, let me pull this over. Sorry. So if anybody has any questions, I'll stay on air here for a couple of minutes. I think we've got a few people on yet. I want to say that being a social media expert and getting engagement on your social media can really take time. You have to cultivate that relationship. You have to make people trust you. They have to know that you're a trusted advisor and that you're not just out to make a dollar off of them. Even though you are in business to sell things to them, if they trust you, they will want to include you in the purchases that they make. So be a trusted advisor. Look through your own news feeds with a very critical eye. You know, put yourself in the shoes of somebody that's not you. That's a random stranger. Would you want to buy something based off of the posts that you post? And check it out and really be critical of yourself and ask people to give you feedback. And ask somebody that you trust to give you feedback, and be prepared to hear the answer if you're going after, if you're asking somebody that has really good experience. I remember when I got on Facebook, and I was working at the time in social media, or I was working at the time in marketing. And at least I see your question. I'll read it. It's just a second. I was working in higher education marketing. So our job was to talk to high-level people in colleges and universities, and we taught them how to engage their audiences in marketing, how to get more people to join their college, how to get more people to give money to their college, things of that nature. And when Facebook went public, where everybody could be on, you didn't have to be a college student, that was one of the first things our entire company sat down, like, we got to get on board with this Facebook thing. And so from the very beginning, it was used to find out how we could speak to, for us anyway, how we could speak to students and get them engaged with our audiences. It's tried and true. And anyway, so I'm going to stop blabbing on about that. If we set up a makeup event on Facebook, how should we share that even up until it occurs on our Facebook page? Okay, that is a great question, because you don't want to share your personal, your events that are going on every single day. So what I recommend doing is not sharing your Facebook events too far in advance. So probably about 2 weeks before an event, because if you're sharing an event on your Facebook page, hey, you guys, I have this event going on. I'm doing a wake up and makeup event on Saturday the 21st. I'd love it if you join me. It's here. This is what we're going to be doing. Whatever. Talk about it conversationally with people and share your event page. Now, why only 2 weeks in advance? Because if you're posting it on your Facebook page, you know how fast that goes. It's not top of mind for people. People hardly know what they're doing tomorrow, let alone 2 Saturdays from now, it seems like. So don't engage them too early. I look sparkly. Thank you. Kat told me to wear a sparkly shirt, so I did. So start about 2 weeks before the event is my recommendation, and then share it a couple of times. I wouldn't share it every day, every few days. And then as the event is coming up, maybe the 3 days in advance, you want to share it a little bit more often. In your Facebook events, though, when you're inviting people, having engagement in those Facebook events is really important. So getting people excited about what's going to happen. So for example, if you are going to be sharing tips on our holiday eyeshadow quad, talk about that. Share a picture of the quad, and you're going to have exclusive tips on how to use this eyeshadow quad for an everyday look or a day to night look or whatever you're going to do. And once again, you're not a makeup artist and that makes you uncomfortable. Guess what? A lot of people on the Fempire makeup artists have made videos. There is nothing saying you couldn't share that video at your event. If smart TVs allow it smart TVs allow you to put YouTube right on the television. And if that's an option for you at your event, it's a perfect idea. But you can also use your laptop and, put that on the table and show people, this is the kind of access that I have as a LimeLight beauty guide. This professional makeup artists showed us how to do this. So that is my, share information inside of that event. It makes people want to come. Share pictures of products, specials inside your Facebook event is really important. People don't typically, at least in my experience, it's hard to get people to buy online, before the event or outside of the actual physical event. So sharing specials and how they could use. Oh, that's awesome, Krista. Krista says she shares her makeup videos or my makeup videos at her events all the time, and I absolutely encourage that. Find somebody on Facebook that you love the way that they share things. I mean, everybody has their own personality. If you've watched any of my YouTube videos, I just kind of like, I don't know, I'm just me. I'm a little quirky, I'm a little weird, and I don't blab on too much. At least I try not to. Maybe I do. I don't know. All right. So does anybody have any other questions? I'm glad you guys had questions and you engaged in this. That was awesome. It makes me feel like I'm doing something right. And, honestly, I've been working in social media since social media was the beginning of social media. And I don't know everything, but I love learning about it. And I love being able to communicate social media practices and standards all of the time. I think it's important, and I think that it really makes our brand cohesive to everyone. Whoever your beauty guide is, if you're seeing the same kinds of messaging and the same kinds of pictures and the same kinds of branding, it really speaks to them that we are a professional and some makeup brand that they're going to want to be a part of. So I think I have spoken quite long enough. I don't even know how long I've been on here. I hope I didn't talk too fast, but I want to thank you guys for coming. Again, my name is Kendra Aarhus. I am a director with LimeLight by Alcone. You can check me out and my team out on the Radiance Team page by going to llradianceteam.com, and you can check out events that we have going on throughout our team. You can see I just got distracted. Hold on. And I will answer your question, Krista. You can see events that we have going on, and you can see all kinds of things that we're doing as a team and sharing. Lots of videos, makeup tutorials. I have them all in one place. So if you're looking for something specific, you can go to llradianceteam.com/videos, and you can see all of my makeup tutorials in one place. So you could just play them at your events if you wanted to. Is boosting a post on Facebook worth paying for? Sometimes. So if you're doing a public event and you want to get more people in your area, I say absolutely, and it's really worked well for me. So yes, boost a post. I don't spend a lot of money. I'm cheap, maybe 20, 30 bucks, but target your audience when you're doing that. And if you're not sure how to target your audience, look that up, ask somebody, because you can target your audience right down to your town. So say you're doing like a vendor show and you want people to show up. You can target your audience to people directly in your town, women in your town, ages 18 to 65 that like makeup. You can even go that deep, and it will show up in their newsfeed. And Tina asks, can you turn me into a tweeter? So Twitter can help you get some engagement with your audience, but I like to think of Twitter as it's like a giant networking handshake. It's a way to see what's going on, and it's a way to in your industry, and it's a way to see other people in your industry and some of the things that they are doing. It's not a particularly easy way to engage customers to purchase from you, but it is a good way to do research on your audience, to do research on your competition. So the trick with Twitter is you have to be willing to be a tweeter, and I am not so good at it. I try. I do go onto Twitter at least once a week, and I look at some of the hashtags that that I'm using and that I'm interested in using. And here's the one thing with Twitter: you can't just be a one-trick pony and only talk about yourself. Twitter is not about people being selfish. Like, you've got to go out there onto other people's pages and retweet them and reply to their tweets and like their tweets or favorite them. And it can be a lot of work. It can be very time consuming to be a tweeter. I don't even really know how people find the time, but I would say out of all the social media that I've talked about today, Facebook, Instagram, blog posts, a personal website, like I said, llradiancesteam.com. And Tina just asked this question. So I'm Snapchat. I didn't talk about Snapchat, but I will. But I would say that that Twitter is probably the least of your worries. I probably wouldn't bother with Twitter. If you like where to start, I would start with a Facebook group, and then I would get a Twitter or a Instagram handle, and I would start there. And then and Instagram is huge, and hashtagging in Instagram is huge, and I'm just, don't focus on Twitter. When you're ready for Twitter, when you've kind of mastered the other ones, then you can kind of go in there. But I would say that's probably, you're going to get the least engagement with your customer audience on Twitter. That really is into more networking and marketing with a broader audience for that kind of thing. So I hope that answers your question. And thank you, Krista, for your compliment. I really appreciate that. This whole thing, this whole company, and branding it and marketing it as as the amazing company that it is really important to me, and it's important to a lot of people here. And I'm so excited to see all these new people that are joining, and glad to see them embracing our culture and some of the messages that we have worked really hard to put together for LimeLight. And it's a really cool time in our company. We get to see some rapid growth, and we haven't got to see that yet. So I think it's exciting. All right, so I'm going to shut this down now. Thank you for your engagement. Thank you for watching, and I hope you all have a great day.